Hi, beautiful people. I hope you're having a great day on purpose. It is Dr. Nora here. So, I just wanted to take this time and tell you guys the story about how Backstreet Boys almost ruined my vacation to Mexico. It's Corona time. We're all stuck in the house. We're all literally planning our next awesome vacation. So, it just got me thinking back. And I was like, oh, yes, that was a very stressful time for me. Let's think of the key players, right? There was me, of course. There was Beth and Kathy, sisters. There was Beth's boyfriend, Pete. There was Brittany. There was Courtney. And there was my good friend, Jessica. All right, so back in 2013, my friend Jessica, who I've known for such a long time, we met back in middle school. She graduated from college. Shout out to ODU. And her parents were like, yay, you graduated. Let's go to Mexico to celebrate. And she was like, Nora, do you want to come with? All you have to do is like get your plane ticket and just, have a little spare change. I was like, girl, yes, I've never been to Mexico before. So I was totally down. So obviously, sometime at the end of August, we're booking a trip. We're going to Mexico. It was set in stone. So it was summertime. I was in pharmacy school at the time, but it was summer. I wasn't doing anything. So I was back home in Northern Virginia working at Lee District. Shout out to my Lee District folk. I love you guys. I miss you guys so much. So we were working, and earlier in the summer, I guess we were talking about boy bands and things like that, and I was and still a diehard Backstreet Boys fan. So my coworker, Kathy, she was like, hey, just so happens that I have 2 tickets to the Backstreet Boys concert on X, Y, and Z day in August. Are you trying to come? I was like, girl, of course I'm trying to come. So great. We set that in stone. I'm going to the Backstreet Boys concert. Just so happened that it was in the same weekend that I was going to fly out to Mexico, but I was like, okay, great. My flight is like on Sunday morning. The concert was like Friday night. I had some in-between time. I had buffer. It was all good. I was like, yes, this is about to be the perfect weekend. All good. Also, I had like to figure out my transportation because I guess, I don't know what was going on with my car at that time, but I just didn't have transportation. So I went on Facebook. I was like, yo, who is going, coming, something from the 757 on this X, Y, and Z date? Turns out Kathy's sister, Beth, and her boyfriend, Pete, at the time, were going down to Hampton that weekend because I guess they wanted to go to like the Air and Space Museum. They wanted to go to the beach. They just wanted to have a good old time in Hampton. And so I had a ride to Hampton. So that was all taken care of. And then my friend Brittany was like, hey, I'm going to be down there. I'm going to come up on Saturday. I think I'm leaving like early Saturday morning. So I'll get there. It's like a 3-hour drive from the 757 to Northern Virginia. So I was like, perfect. I have a ride to Hampton. I have a ride back. And Brittany was leaving early, so I would have like all of Saturday to like get my life together and then hop on my flight and go to Mexico on Sunday. Life was good, y'all. I was so excited. So time for the concert comes. Beth and Pete and we ride down together. We take the scenic route. Everything was cool. Had a good old time. And so they dropped me off at my house. I'm packing up my stuff. I'm like, yay, Backstreet Boys. Boop, 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 boop. Everything's cool. So the concert happens. Kathy comes and picks me up. We go to the concert. We have the best time ever. Jessica Courtney opened. I don't want another pretty face. I don't want just anyone to hold. I don't want my love to go to waste. I want you and you're beautiful. So, yes, he was great. So, Jess McCartney's great. Backstreet Boys is great. Look, they took me back. Everything was awesome. But, here's what happens, right? The concert's amazing. Everything is great. I was so caught up thinking that I had set up everything for that concert and for my ride back that in the next morning, Brittany comes to pick me up and we're leaving and I just like grab my bag and we jet off, right? So the reason she was leaving early was because she had to work at a certain time that same day. So she picks me up, we're going down 64, and I think like 45 minutes to an hour into the ride, I'm looking through my bag and I'm like, y'all, where's my passport? Like, the main reason why I wanted to even come and then realize that, this was perfect was because my passport was in my house in Hampton and I was going to need it for my trip to Mexico. So in La La Land of Backstreet Boys and Jesse McCartney, I freaking forgot to pack my passport. So we're an hour in and Brittany's like, I can't go back because I gotta go to work. I'm like, I totally get it. I wouldn't make you do that. So we need to like park at a Wendy's or a McDonald's or something, and I need to figure my life out. So we find a Wendy's or a McDonald's. I think it was a Wendy's at the time. We find the Wendy's, and she drops me off, and she just keeps on going. And I'm like, all right, what the heck is gonna happen? What is going to happen? I call my sister. I'm like, yo, Horeen, can you look up like the next Greyhound, the next Amtrak, the next China bus? Because I need to get back to Hampton, and then I need to get back to Northern Virginia, and I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time. And I was just like, I was going crazy. And I'm like, who do I call? How am I gonna do this? Blah, blah, blah. And lo and behold, I'm like, I'm in Hampton. Who else is in Hampton? My tail, the lookout, Courtney. So I called Courtney, and I'm like, hey, Courtney, what are you doing? So what happened was Courtney's like, relax, girl. Where you at? I tell her where I'm at. And she's like, okay, I'm coming to get you. Okay, first of all, 9-pound baby Jesus, thank you so much. So Courtney comes and gets me, and we go back to my house. And on our way back, I'm like, how the heck am I going to get back to Hampton? Because no matter what, 3 hours is 3 hours if you're riding straight. But on Amtrak, on the Megabus, on anything, it's just not going to take that long. Everything that I was looking at, it just wasn't going to get me there in time. So I remembered that Beth and Pete were going to go back to Northern Virginia, but they were just going to go back later at night. And that was originally why I had gone with Brittany earlier in the day, because I wanted that buffer time. So I happened to just text Beth, and I was like, hey, Beth, have you guys left yet? She was like, no, we're leaving in a couple hours. And I was like, oh, okay, great. Can I ride with you guys? She was like, yeah, of course. Y'all, Jesus took the wheel. 9-pound baby Jesus took the wheel. I didn't know how that was going to work out. I had no idea. I just knew I wasn't going to Mexico, y'all. But so obviously, Courtney came and picked me up. I went, I snatched up my passport, and I just sat in my living room in my house waiting patiently for Beth and Pete to come. And they came later on that night, and they picked me up, and we rode back to Northern Virginia, and everything was okay. And Sunday morning, I got up, and I took my happy behind to the airport and went on to Mexico and had an amazing time with Jessica. That was the first time I went to Mexico. Second time I went to Mexico was literally this past December when I turned 30, and I went with my sister and my friend, and we had an amazing time. I really, 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 really am anxious and waiting for COVID-19 to be over, because I'm planning trips, y'all. I'm planning trips to Senegal. I'm planning trips to Hawaii. I'm planning trips to Antarctica. I'm trying to see like the Northern Lights or whatever. I'm trying to do a whole bunch of stuff. I'm trying to sit up at the beach somewhere with a boo. I'm so ready. And Backstreet Boys, it was a great concert, but I was just so caught up. I was so ready to sing all these songs and reminisce on like my middle school days that I forgot about my passport, and I'm so glad that it worked out. But in all this traveling, you also have to think about like the currencies you're exchanging, right? So going from America to Mexico, you got to switch the American dollars for the Mexican pesos. And that's pretty much what's happening physically. Did you know that in this day of technology, you can actually take your cell phone and do exactly that? You can learn how to trade in the foreign exchange market and make money. And I actually have the pleasure of being a part of the Retired in 365 community. They are this amazing investment group. And they're literally teaching me and thousands of people around the world to do just that physical aspect of changing one currency for another. You can do that on your phone, and you can make money. So all this traveling, you can actually take advantage of the fact that people are going in and out all the time and traveling and making money. You just have to know how to be coachable. You just have to be able to follow directions, and you're going to be able to learn how to make money from your cell phone. You're going to be able to learn how to make money while you sleep. So You can travel, you can make money, and everything can be awesome. So if you are even remotely interested in learning how to make money from your phone, learning how to make money while you sleep, learning how, life can just be awesome now, even if we're not getting to travel, just knowing that you can make money so that when it is time to travel, you got it. So you can definitely hit me up. My name is Dr. Nora Kong on Instagram. I also got a YouTube channel, Nora Soondri. I'm also on Twitter, Nora Soondri. I'm also on Facebook, Nora Soondri. Find me and I'll get you plugged in. And literally when this is all over, all of us can meet up and take a trip somewhere. We can even go back to Mexico because I've been there twice already and it's great. I can definitely go back. You guys can definitely tell me about how a boy band almost ruined your vacation. I'm pretty sure that doesn't happen to everybody, but it did happen to me back in 2013. Shout out to all the people who were key players in this story of mine. And I hope you guys have an amazing day, amazing night, amazing week, amazing month. Do it on purpose. Life is good regardless of everything that's going on. Be happy and grateful now. See you guys later.